Hello guys, I just wanted to share with you guys some pretty quick tips today about Bitcoin farming, Litecoin farming, whatever you're farming. There's some tips you need to know. It's not just something that you say, okay, I'm gonna get started. It's making a lot of money. Yes, it does. You can make money, but you need some uh, planning. It's not just okay, let's do it. Okay, first of all, we're gonna start with the Bitcoin miners. For example, the BTC uses the antminer made by Bitmain, which is also known as the S9s. S9s are their latest model to mine BTC, and rumors say the S11 is coming soon. The rumor says also it's going to hash around 18 to 19 TH. The S9 latest version currently is hashing at the 14 TH. Some of you will have the version, the slower version, which is 12.93 and 13.5 TH per second. This is the power it calculates the algorithm in order to mine. And then you also have the Litecoin, which is the L3 plus, and the dashminer, the D3. And the most how to say, the most rewarding and the most paying are the S9s and the L3 plus, because the D3, if we calculate, it's about 50 cents per kilowatts versus the S9, which are around, let's say, $2 per kilowatt. The costs I'm telling you guys are in Canadian, so I do not know how much it costs in US, in the States, but in Canada, it costs us about maximum like 9 cents or 10 cents a kilowatt per hour, which is pretty cheap considering we're in North America. And another point I would like to point out is, number one, you need to get the miners. You need to buy them in really advance, because Bitmain doesn't release much stock, and they only ship by batches once in a while, and there's a limited quantity. So you have to wait for quite a few months if your order isn't that big. For example, if you want to order 10 of them or 20 of them, you're going to wait very long, because I know a lot of people who are ordering per hundreds or per thousands. So you're going to be a very small potato compared to them. Number two, you need to set up a place that can give you enough amperage and enough power. For example, a conventional house has about 200 amps, and if you also calculate the heating during winter times, especially in Canada, you only have about maybe I'm not sure 100%, maybe 60 to 70 amps, and each miner, S9 and L3 plus, uses, sorry, S9 and D3 uses around 1450 watts, which is about 6.1 amps, maximum 6.2 amps in the 240 volt. If you're running in the 120 volt, you're going to be looking around 10 amps. Around 10 amps maximum I have measured is around 11 amps per miner for the S9s. The D3 comes very close to the power consumption of the S9. The L3 plus is much less, it's around 800 watts if I recall. So yeah, so you need to really plan on your power storage, and each breaker is around 30 amps. So usually, if you're running on the 240 volts, you'll be looking at 4 miners per 30 amps breaker. So 60 amps, that's 2 breakers. So you maximum in the household, I would say maximum 8 miners if you want to be safe. You can add more, but you'll be playing with the limits. Of course, you can ask for Hydro-Quebec to give you more juice, and you can also upgrade your. One thing you can do is also upgrade your breaker box, also known as the panel board, to get more juice out of it. And that's, I'm not sure. I've never done residential. What's the limit of amperage? But I think you can get up to 400 amps, if I recall, in the residential areas in Canada. And secondly, I strongly suggest you to have very nice cooling. These machines run very hot, especially during summer times. You do need cooling, and do need a lot of airflow. So I strongly recommend you to make some kind of duct to push the hot air outside toward the window. For example, if you're doing it in the garage, most likely it'll be great if you can push the hot air toward the window, and then the front will get the cooling, the cooled air from the garage open. For example, in summer and in winters, well, it's free heating up system for the garage, which is pretty cool. And then third, you need cash flow because you can sell right away your mining BTC or Litecoin or whatever dashcoin, but it'll be great if you just keep them till you really really need it. So number three, you really need cash flow in order to properly mine, because you're really looking at the future value of the BTC, the Litecoin, and the dashcoin. Also, Ethereum is the same thing. You don't withdraw it right away because, how do you say it? You want something. You want more money because, eventually it's gonna go up for sure, but not for sure. But I mean, you're betting on the fact that they will go much up, and this is when you sell it. For example, a few months ago, we paid 0.5 BTC for one S9 miner, and today it costs about 0.2 BTC for one S9 miner. For example, I'm just throwing out numbers at you like this, but I'm just trying to say, as you can see, as time passes, the Bitcoin you're paying right now, or to do whatever, it goes up. That's pretty crazy, and I think already you're betting on the fact that mining is good. So I think you should bet on the fact that the coin you're mining is going up eventually. So keep it if you have the cash flow, but if you don't, well, you have no choice. Number four, I would say it's the space you need. You need quite a lot of space. I mean, because yes, you can fit all in same place, but there's something that you guys or a lot of people forget about. It's the airflow. You need to calculate the CFM, for example, that enters the fresh air, and then the exhaust that goes out. There's also another CFM that blows out the hot air. If you don't calculate properly, yes, you can blow out the hot air, but eventually you will notice that you don't have enough cold air going in, and it'll be like too dense, and the miners don't like it. They really like cold. That's why a lot of people are starting to mine in Canada or in very cold places like Iceland. Iceland are one of our main competitors, especially Genesis mining, but it's not as big as ours. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. And we need you also need security, because if some people know or finds out that you have a storage with over 100 miners, you're gonna get robbed for sure. 100 miners times $3,000, $4,000. That's a lot of money. We're talking about, let's say, 400K. Yeah, 400K. No, 200K. Actually, the current market right now, it's 10K per S9s. So let's do a quick math right here. So you have 100 miners and they're worth $10,000. That's it's $1 million. $1 million Canadian for 100 miners. It's pretty crazy. So that's why you need security, and finally you need maintenance. You need to have someone watching the miners 24/7, because sometimes they do hang and you need to restart them manually. Rebooting them doesn't work. You really have to unplug the power, or wait a few minutes and then replug it. And if you don't maintain them or have someone looking after them, you'll be losing money, because the machine is there. You're paying the power, it's still turning, but it doesn't work. It's really crazy, I know, but I mean, you really need someone to look after it, after those machines. It's not like just put it there and then that's it, that's all. We're gonna go home, I'm gonna go do my own things. Yes, you can do that, but most of the time you should look at them, especially looking at your pool's account, so you can watch if your miners are properly online or properly hashing. And also you do have to take the precaution that those miners don't last forever. There's 3 cards in each miner, and each card has 63 chips, and whenever one of them the chips are down, it's gonna affect your hashing power a lot. And each card, for example, you're hashing your S9 miner is at 14 TH, so each card represents 1/3 of that power. So if you have one card that is not working, you're losing like at least, I would say, for almost 5 TH per second of hashing power. That's a lot. So I hope I informed you guys a lot today, and I've been working a lot in this domain. It is pretty cool. Don't forget to check out the stock NRHYY and NRHTA. Please check it out. They're good stocks. Yeah, it goes up and down just like Bitcoin, whatever. But now, as I'm making the video, it is pretty stable BTC price. It is currently at 19K, $19,000 and $187 US. That's 25 grand Canadian. And I'm currently looking at XRP, which are repos that might have some potential. Yeah, I do a lot of coin tradings, and Litecoin I was doing pretty good, but it's currently a bit too expensive. BCH, you can do that too, but I still believe BTC is the king of the king. It will always be an expensive asset. We can consider it as an asset, and all the other coins will be made for transactions, I believe. I hope I taught you guys some stuff today. If I didn't, then sorry. If you do, then no, that's good. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If you do like cars, by the way, please subscribe my channel. I do a lot of videos about cars, and I'm a Montrealer. I live in Montreal. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds of